Hey, Mr. Goebel here, and I'd like to thank you guys for venturing out into cyberspace to learn a little bit about my classroom. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about the social media platform called Twitter. And Twitter, I adopted Twitter not too long ago for a couple of reasons. Now, I've had parents, and we'll get into that later. Um, you know, question the use of Twitter, and of course, there's a lot of information about out there, looking at the social media Twitter, and of course, some of the destructive parts that any social media can create. But Twitter, in my view, if manipulated properly, and it's not hard, can be a great tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you just a little bit of information on how I utilize it in my classroom. And of course, I got some Q&A that I'm going to give you a little bit. But guys, Twitter is social media, and we know that. Twitter, I love it. Why do I love Twitter? I love it because it's fast, and I can get you information extremely quick, basically instantaneous. And it has a lot of tools built into it. For example, if I didn't want to do a class poll or something, I can quickly make a class poll. I can set it up for a period of time, and of course, I can allow many classes, not just one, interact with it, or I can create class by class interaction. So it has a lot of flexibility. Guys, like any instant, gratification tool or instant media, or with a social connection, can come negativity. And like I said, I try to look at it and remember, you understand that these are tools. You control tools. Tools don't work on their own. So it's important that you understand that right away. I tell kids a lot of the times, or I tell parents, and I go, if you can't handle something, if it's not, for example, if you can't swim, I suggest you don't jump into a river anytime soon. So it's kind of like as simple as that. Now, we'll get into, other things, because really my goal is not to tell you, whether you can or you can't. That's not my job as a teacher. But I'm going to show you basically how I utilize it in my classroom in a safe way. So quite quickly, this is how I utilize the platform. For one thing, I do is I can share best practices with it. Information sharing is probably the number one reason why I like it. I can share links, I can share pictures, and those kinds of things. So, you can have a lot of fun with it. And of course, I don't share anything that is personal in nature, unless it's my stuff. I don't mind. So I'm very selective, and like I said, it's controlled by me. So sharing best practices to inform students. So if there's something I need to tell you, for example, test dates, if I have notes that I've created on the board, maybe I did a sketch or a doodle, I can quickly inform you or give you that information. I can quickly take a snapshot of it, and I can place it on my Twitter feed. I have a live feed that's embedded in my web page. I'm going to go to my web browser really quick so you can see where it is. So on the right-hand margin of my website, I have on the margin is the social media tools, including Instagram and any other things that I want to put in there. I can put those in there. So if I go, for example, I've got episode 1 of my blog in there. Right there is quickly shared. Now, if I go through it and I scroll down, of course, there's graduation from this year, and other things that I've done just for fun for the summer. But if I go way back, there's one from the social media site for watchk12.org. And I go down, and suddenly you have some messages that I posted. The end is near. Of course, scheduling. There's an example of a schedule I've got up. And this is actually the screen, the link to a Quizlet, which is where you can study for tests. So anyways, it's got a lot of different flexible things. Now, if I could go way back, there's also project examples, video links, maps. There's a Vietnam map. We were covering Vietnam. Another morning schedule. There's a poll right there, incomplete poll. And of course I can load more. I can go way back into the history to pretty much find anything, including things that are old that I really want to revisit. Information. It's a great place for information and a quick place to share things. Of course, setting schedules I've got on my list. I can build on my curriculum from my Twitter feed. And of course, I can collect lots of information. I can collect data. Q&A. So here we go in a Q&A session. Common questions I've gotten from parents or from students, because students will tell you right away if they can use or they can't use Twitter. And I have no problem with that. I say, hey, you know what? You don't have to have a Twitter account. It's nice. It makes it more handy for you. It can go right directly to to your phone, but you also can access it through your computer because I use a feed. And of course, this thing on the right-hand side, going back to the live screen, that's called a feed, a Twitter feed. And you don't have to own Twitter. You can basically just scroll through my Twitter, and of course, that's embedded in my blog site. So that takes care of that. So no, you do not have to have your own Twitter account. Yeah, it's helpful. And of course, kids sometimes feel a little pressure. And I'm like, guys, I'm not here to allow you, to give you, access to something that your parents are saying, no, it's not okay. So that's not what I'm doing. It's completely a one-way street. Okay. Question, do you show my stuff to others? And the answer is, yes, I do. Now, only with your permission. So if you do not give me permission to share that, I do not share it. If a lot of kids will say, hey, yeah, I want you to show or to share my picture, but I don't want you to share my name. So I always omit names. I cover them up, that kind of thing. So yeah, with your permission, and if you do not give me permission, I will not share it. I don't include a name. Guys, whatever we share on there must help us with our class mission. Must help us with learning. Of course, even humor can be an addition to help us with our learning. So yeah, is that fun? Yeah, it's an excellent tool and it's excellent fun. Another common question I have from kids say, hey, Mr. Goebel, will you follow me on Twitter? Okay. And the answer is no, I do not follow students. And that is not what the platform is for. Guys, I care about you, but I'm not interested in what you do on your own time. I am not going to go and see a lot of stuff because quite frankly, a lot of the stuff that you guys put out there, you guys don't even know you're putting it out there and it's bad. So no, I don't follow you. But yeah, you do follow me. You're like, hey, Mr. Goebel, are you just trying to get lots of followers? No, I'm trying to help you with your education. This is not about followers. It's about gaining information, being helped, and in a way where it's unintrusive. It's really not intrusive in your life. I don't spam out web links and things like that. I put things out there mostly and 90% of the time, 99% of the time that is class related. Every once in a while I'll throw something in there, and of course I'll let you know. So no, I don't follow you. It's for the class. It's for us. It's not for just you. So there's that question. So those are some of the basics of Twitter. Of course, Twitter is a social media platform. You can customize it. You can do all kinds of great things with it. You can manage it. You can mold it to your likes. One of the biggest misconceptions of Twitter is that it controls you, or I see stuff and I don't want to see it. Guys, you only see stuff you follow, and all you have to do is unfollow it, block it. It's got all kinds of great features. Somebody's talking about me, guys, unfollow them, okay? Or don't follow them in the first place. Then they won't feel bad when you unfollow them. Okay. Anyways, there's a lot of things in there I'm not going to get into, but I'm just, like I said, my goal today was to just give you a little bit of information about what we're about, what our class can be, and how much better it could be using social media. Guys, social media is not the enemy. It's a tool. Control a tool. Don't let it control you. Okay, don't get involved don't get into Twitter fights. Guys, that's why I don't follow you. I don't have to fight. Okay, nor do I care. So no, I don't care about what you say, and I do care, but you know what I'm saying. I don't follow the hype on social media. At least I try to avoid it at all possible. Try to manipulate it. Don't let it manipulate me. So anyways, I hope that was helpful. Hope that, if you're a parent or you're a student, you get a little bit of an idea of what Twitter is all about. Guys, Twitter is your friend. Mr. Goebel, I'd like to thank you guys for checking this episode out. Guys, I've got many new episodes coming, and these episodes are going to go into the individual pieces of our blog and our class. So thank you. Thanks for watching, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel and learn a little bit about what we're about. Mr. Goebel, it's all about learning, guys. Later.